Aries. I intentionally just started your reading. I've been like literally choking since then. I don't know what that's about. I don't know why that's necessary for you to know. You could be choking something out. Like you're literally not gonna give any issue that you don't want air to breathe. That's what I'm getting here. There's something about coffers, like filling the coffers or coughing your lung out or whatever. Yeah, you're about to get exhausted by the suffering. Aries, this is about to be completely overwhelming to you. You're about to be like, how does one human being stand up against that much suffering? This is an epiphany moment for you. You have no clue how something, somebody, or a project, either that you or somebody else endeavored upon, you don't have any clue how it. Look at this. Keeps on emerging. You did not realize how much they were suffering. You did not have any concept. I'm hearing Beyonce Pretty Hurts. It's almost like, yeah, oh my god. You had no clue how bad it feels to some people to receive the pleasure of your presence. Right? It's actually like painful for some people, and I don't like, honestly, Aries, I don't think you did this on purpose. I think you did it because you thought it was going to help. Yeah. But you thought you could you could add some type of pleasure to the death of something. Like you could sweeten the end of something. No, you can't do that. And I'm not trying to tell you that you're wrong for trying. Thank you for trying. Okay. This is a disciplinary matter. I think you might have been a little too lenient or a little bit too open-minded to the point where you closed all the doors. You closed every door. Look at that. There's boredom. Like this side is now bored with what you were offering because there was the lack of discipline. It's kind of like the general collective has turned the open light off on the business because they were not amused by something. It was not at all productive. And I'm not going to keep saying it. I'm just going to live it. Right. Here's shadow self in the reverse. When you can see your shadow self, Aries, when you can live your shadow self, when you are your own versus your own, it's me versus me. That's the Holy Spirit right there. I don't know why you're smashing your brains against it. It heads off to a really bad start when you do that. Don't do that. Listen, if this is like a relationship, I'll give you that example, okay? This is kind of like you saying, this relationship just isn't for me, and that's fine. But I'm going to keep the information that did not work the first, the second, or the third time that I tried to get out of that cave. There's a big ass boulder in front of the cave, and you will exhaust yourself trying to move it alone without any discipline. People don't understand what you're saying. That's Aries. I think you might be trying to express to people like something has been lost in translation. You're not getting it. You're not receiving the download. The download is pervasive. There is no limit. So you don't have to compete, is what I'm getting here. There is no competition. The limit is your imagination. How far can you imagine? Because some people cannot imagine at all, and that's family. Some things are coming to the surface right now about you. Oh, hey, fam. No, some people are not gonna explore this idea of what a he, she, it does not look so appealing. It does not sound so appealing. It does not feel so appealing. It is like a Hitchcock or a Stephen King book that was written against your will. It isn't anything having to do with you. There's victory. And I think if you can understand that this family is going to build whatever narrative that they want, because you're not the victor, you lost in history. That's what I'm trying to tell you, Aries. It doesn't matter what kind of mask you were wearing, you lost. That's the point. We can't do that anymore. We can't lose anymore. Oh my God, here's unconditional love tumbling out, might I say. The unconditional love comes once you understand that your family is going to always try to be victorious over you. That the people around you that surround your lover, your best friend, your child, your mom, your dad, you can't heal things with somebody that doesn't see you as a celebration. I see my offspring as a celebration every day. I don't yell at them all crazy all damn day. Yeah, that's not my invention. Oh, no, I'm not showing grace towards that. Yeah, now on that third try, we're just going to start some new life over here, and it's going to be so successful that there's going to be a whole new cast. A lot of people are going to get fired because they can't go into the future, and they thought they were. And I don't feel bad. I feel like maybe you shouldn't have been so loud about your judgment. Live and let live doesn't judge all that much. There's no rest for the wicked. What did I just do? That was not a sleight of hand. That was literally what's going on. Creativity for the rest of us. Those of us who have been mistaken, misplaced, discontinued, dissatisfied. You created this. Don't resist it now. Face me. I'm about 3 in the face, but you just can't see that third finger right between the two evens. I don't know if you're just not seeing it, if you don't care about it, or maybe now we're just mutually agreeing that we shouldn't be giving a fuck about fools who are scared to go into battle for what it is they stand for. Why would you want to have a little boy if you're going to make him into a bitch? So he can't stand up for his sister. So he can't stand up for women. So he can't stand up for people outside of who he is. You're not a hoot. I'm not hollering back. And honestly, Harlem, what is it, London, October, London, Harlem Drive? No. If the Bible doesn't have my back, I got a lot of other bees that will. And you might have never seen the value of my hive, but that's because I'm the quiet before the storm. I don't really care when you learn. You can learn yesterday, today, or tomorrow. It's not going to change. My personality doesn't change that much. I'm not robbing Paul to steal for Peter, and I'm not robbing Peter to steal for Paul. It's appalling to me that all you want to do is stick your fucking Peter in something, and then you can just... That's the rest of the story. There's no into it. You have no clue what's going on from here on out because you violated the terms that you agreed to. And the best predictor for the future actions and the past actions are the present ones. I'm not the one violating. Let me be clear. Because the IRS be like, oh, you're violent. No, that's that black girl magic that you couldn't account for. It was that Hamilton vibe that you never wanted to come home. Are you stupid, slow, or dumb? Because I'm not. I can pretend with you for a little while, and then I'm probably going to get tired of the rest. Because you're going to fall for the rest. Every time the rest of these people are like, oh, do you want some pussy? Do you want some dick? Yeah, you're not saying no to no free Harry Potter. And you think you're the original Big Daddy, Zaddy, Nadia. No, you're not. Some of us bleed that way. Can you tell the difference between the bleat of an ewe versus the bleat of a pig? Pussy show. Meow. Right about meow. I'm done. Aries, you're not fucking around with somebody. Yeah, I don't wolf you. I don't even want to. This wolf is your cast, which means you put it on your arm instead of if you want to claim the cast again and again, put it on your arm 3 times over. You need a cast on your fucking shit gonna get broken 3 times at the very least. Your nails are dirty, they're too long, and they're not decorated the way that we wanted them to be decorated. So we're not gonna give you privileges. Bitch, I don't care. In that order. There's something, Aries, you're not, oh my fucking, you're not actually impressed by the grace that you're having to show somebody else right now. It is a grace that you show, and actually you don't flip it because you're showing grace. There's nothing to Rothschild about. I don't love your child. I don't love your offspring. I don't love you. I love my child. I love my offspring. I love myself. Since that's the way you were operating this entire time for us. Right? There, Aries, you're bringing a full throttle stop to something. Yeah, you don't even gotta say a goddamn thing. This is the choice. This is the magic. You choose to do your magic behind the scenes because you don't need to be famous, because you don't need center stage. You will take it every time, don't get me wrong. But it's because of the sheer level and amount of talent that your offspring possess. Honey bunny, there is no shame in my marvelous game once you've already vocalized the wolf inside of me. Right, now we're gonna ew, like identify why you're looking at me, because that was the problem. It was the voyeurism. It was the human trafficking using prawn like cameristic end of an era connoisseurship. I told you, I'm more like Bo on Blackish, who really did grow up going to nude camps. So I've seen everything that you think is impressive. You can send me that dick pic. I don't care. Aries, that's where you are. You're right there. I don't like, I don't swing that way. I'm not going to dump my bag out for this. No, thank you. No, you're not welcome. I've been said that since I was like a little girl. And somehow these people just don't understand what I'm doing. Leave me out the next time you want to be an ankle biter or a mouth breather or a carpet bagger or a scallywag. You do realize the civilness of this relationship has left. Now we're at war. The war has already been won. I'm not going there with you. Have fun with wrapping yourself in whatever Yankee Confederate shit you can find. I'm good. You see that's a Yankee and a Confederate? They're in bed together anyway. That's what politics is. Wake up, America. Or I will shake you awake. Not because you're going to benefit because I want to or because I was called. Mostly because it's necessary. Hello? So now Sputnik we just did that for our good health. America's not actually competing in anything. We're not comparing, we're not contrasting, we're not improving ourselves. Now we're just evolving because children are here. But you don't want to involve yourself in bettering anything. You just want to stay on your video games and make a bet. What are you betting on or against? That side? You think it's a bet. You think you can meddle with the middle part of me and get away with it. It isn't actually a game anymore. At this point, your magic has backfired. And I'm going to just show you what's going to happen because it's positive. I've asked multiple people if they're going to maintain their freedom. This came out in the reverse. They're not. They're not. There's a whole prairie, land, foothills, tundra, timberline, alpine, etc. There's levels to this shit. And if you don't know what Mr. Poop looks like this Christmas, neither do we. Poop yourself out. You must needed to have gotten rid of that, whatever it was. Here's choices with an S. Number 4. So it's like, if we're gonna reflect this as a 44, what are you doing if you're not leaving the old pattern, the old paradigm? I want to say it's your loss because you didn't recognize it to begin with. You wanted to roll it out of the elevator and introduce it in such a strange way on the bus, like a cup of oodles of noodles, like you just had this genius thought out of nowhere. No, you picked the lock to the castle. This is the devil and the angel on her shoulders living with her. It's a breathing, living entity that will always be right here. I don't think they have, yeah. Number 3, blessings. Do you want to see what's on the table? That was face down right there. I'm hearing My Neck, My Back by Kia. Which way do you want it? Because it's like you want to villainize somebody for being Pamela Anderson. But at the same time, Pamela Anderson is the only way that you're going to have offspring. Because nobody else, literally, will do it. Maybe it's because you're not good enough. Or maybe it's because you're not pretty enough and you look like you survived the Holocaust. Maybe it's because you wrote a letter or a note. You wanted to see what was behind the closed doors. You were listening from a very young age. You were listening to what other people had to say. And they couldn't get through the same doors that you can get through now. You want to play just the tip? I don't. I wanted you to give me a tip. Give me a clue. Be honest about what's going on with you. But that's also unacceptable. I'm just gonna remove that. Hold on, please. Please hold. There we go. So now I can grab this, flip it over, and read it to you. This is soul satisfaction. Down the middle. I don't know what you were listening to. Maybe somebody trying to hack into the queen's lair with their black girl magic. That doesn't work because we can hear you. We heard you the first time. I've said this before. The first time you tried to use black girl magic against us, we were like, wait a minute. Franklin, St. Joe's, and George, all in the same area. Curiously, it's the man in the yellow hat wondering about the curiosity behind this door, door number 2, that actually has a savior watching over you. This one's not going to get in. I did this reading already where the witch gets inside the castle. No. Care. Let me help you. Here's your dignity. It's number 6. This is a precious entrance whose sphincter, is what I'm hearing, maintains the surprise of an attribute. You're not going to take away from that. What you're going to do to yourself while you're trying to approach me with that type of energy, you're going to need help. This is more futuristic, by the way. You're going to need help. And it's because you're not going to get paid. Or you're going to get paid in a really bad way. Like, maybe you get your side piece pregnant instead of the one that you would have chosen long term. You didn't invest very well. Oh my God, look at that. You're going to need help because you didn't invest very well. There was a well of information, a well of love, a well of water, pure, clean, sparkly, beautiful water that was just sitting there waiting for you to come by and test it out. And nobody could do that. So now everybody who comes by is not going to get to kind of tuck their tail and hide. No tucking your tail, no hiding. This well had tuck everlasting. And you didn't want to be in the picture because you had to maintain face with a penitentiary full of pension holding, pen 15 loving people. People are what compose society, Aries. I think you know that. Once you give a damn who sees you pay 50% of yourself here and 50% of yourself there, those are automatically the people who loudly don't give a fuck. The people who give a damn don't care. And the people who care don't give a damn. You may have 0 friends in this world, but it doesn't change your trajectory. They want help because they can't eat off you anymore. It's like you shut it down. You shut it out. You closed your card. There's no longer an open tab. Now it's a closed tab. You won't be carrying that on either side. You're not dumping blood on anyone's white shirt on either side. Good or bad. If you like them, you hate them, you feel otherwise, who cares? I refuse to end my energy, my own energy like that. I know who I am. I know where I'm at. I know what I'm dealing with. I don't have to keep reiterating it, but I could. I am not breakfast at Tiffany's. I'm not married to myself. I was married to somebody of the opposite gender. It wasn't an it. It wasn't a she. But they obviously felt some type of way. Okay? None of my business is what that is. I'm just going to be here doing my nails. Enjoy that, honestly. I hope that helped. Aries, feel like you're trying to climb up somebody or something, or a trellis. Terrell is. I feel like you want to know what kind of like terrain you're up against. Competition. Is that what you put out there for yourself? Or did you make someone who was actually super faithful to you compete for yourself? You don't know what someone else's hand holds. So just be careful trying to say that you've got a flush on the situation. You're not here to purpose our invention. You're not here to make a creation. I think a lot of Aries have confessed to themselves, look, I'm not actually that good at what I do. I'm not talented. I don't have worth. I'm just here to be pretty for you. And that privilege, that pretty privilege, has expired at this point. A lot of people have pretty privilege. You don't have to be past like a 3-point. After 3 points, men say yes, because it's a yes or no question. You'd be surprised how low they will go. If you are a 3 in the face or above, they're not going to have shame. They're going to have a whole lot of love. Okay? All right. Aries, I hope that helps. Take care of yourself, okay? Okay. I'm glad I can help you out today.